Hundreds of cars get stolen daily and disappear into thin air like they never existed. They disappear like a needle in a haystack.
What happens to those cars after a crime?
They are somewhere, but reaching them is nearly impossible. Someone's best ride gets taken away like it never existed in the first place. But where do the stolen cars go? What really happens to them? Who steals them, and how do they hide these cars from people's eyes? The answer is far more complex and sometimes more shocking than you might imagine. Every year, around 850,000 to over 1 million cars are stolen in the US alone.
National crisis of vehicle theft.
Increasing carjackings, more violence that's used.
Many end up in the old mechanic shops where they steal their parts or are used in armed robbery cases. But this is not the only thing that may happen to your car. Things can get worse. You might have seen the iconic car robbery in The Sopranos. In this scene, the robbers were shown expertly stealing more than 10 high-end cars with incredible speed. Once a car is stolen, it enters a hidden world where it's no longer just a vehicle, it's a commodity, a puzzle, and sometimes even a passport to a different life. In this video, I'll unravel the story behind the stolen car's life. When a car is stolen, speed is everything.
It is one of the emptiest feelings a car owner can ever have. 1 minute, your vehicle's in your driveway. The next minute, it's gone, and you have no clue where it went.
The thief knows that the clock is ticking. The faster they get away, the harder it is for authorities to catch them.
Catch a car thief? It's not easy.
Within minutes, the stolen vehicle is often driven to an isolated spot, usually a hidden garage or a safe location, places where the car can disappear from the radar. But here's the twist. This garage isn't just a random hideaway. It's part of a well-oiled network of chop shops. Chop Shop, a hidden factory where stolen cars are dismantled for parts.
Huge chop shop operation with more than a dozen stolen vehicles.
Engines, airbags, catalytic converters, tires, all of these are valuable, and the black market for these parts is booming. A stolen car isn't just a loss of a vehicle, it's a gold mine for thieves and the spare parts, the gold bars.
Making thousands upon thousands of dollars.
The chop shop can operate under the radar for years. Many of these so-called businesses are disguised as regular auto repair shops. Customers come in for services, never realizing that the parts used to fix their cars might have come from stolen vehicles. An experienced chop shop can easily strip open the car in 3 hours or less. And after that, you will never be able to recognize your car.
If you take a look here, this is all that's left of a Fort Worth man's car.
The 1990s were the height of chop shops. These shops mainly target old cars with spare parts that are worth $1,000 in the market. Not all stolen cars meet their end at a chop shop. Some are destined for a much bigger journey. From the shadows of this city, stolen vehicles are shipped overseas.
Hundreds and hundreds of these stolen cars are ending up shipped overseas.
Sometimes to countries where cars are in high demand, but the supply is limited.
Cars stolen from driveways across the district, winding up in shipping containers headed overseas, and it's a problem that's only getting worse.
Smugglers strip away the car's identity. They erase the vehicle identification number, the VIN, and replace it with a fake one. Suddenly, the car becomes untraceable, just like a ghost on the roads. Now, the car is ready for sale, usually at a price that undercuts the competition. And what happens to it then? It's sold as a brand new vehicle in an international market, where no one knows its dark past. A stolen car from New York City could easily be driven on the streets of West Africa or Eastern Europe.
Many cars stolen in our area share one thing in common. They're destined for the port of Newark, where the thieves ship them overseas to be sold at a premium.
Appearing to be a fresh, clean import, when in reality, it's just been reborn under a different name with the identity that car never knew she wanted. Well, these things are quite normal in third world countries, and people blindly fall for the perfect shiny car.
BMWs, Range Rovers, Land Rovers. Federal authorities say those are the top cars stolen from our area so they can be shipped to West Africa, where they're good in the rough terrain and can be sold for a lot of money.
We know how old, crappy cars are liked by chop shops and how those experienced guys tear open a car and sell whatever they think we be bought. So what about those luxury cars that are everybody's dream, but not everyone can have them? A dream of many, but owned and treasured by some. Well, these cars get stolen too. Yes, those expensive BMWs, Ferraris, and the list goes on. So What happens to those cars? Police must have cracked down on every single expensive car. You know it's worth a fortune. Here you are wrong. Remember the scene from The Sopranos? Experienced and professional robbers can rob everything, and police and car owners will never find it.
Why are they so hard to find?
They're extremely hard to find because the ports, import-exports, it's a massive operation.
When they're stolen, they often don't get chopped up or sold overseas. Instead, they get a second life as underground commodities. Some of these vehicles are smuggled out of the country with fake papers sent to secret auctions where they are sold to wealthy buyers who have no idea they're driving a stolen car. The car gets a fake identity, a new set of papers, and it's back on the road, living a life of luxury just like it's brand new. Sometimes stolen cars don't just get chopped up for parts or sold overseas. Instead, thieves will take the stolen car, take it apart, and rebuild it to look like a fancy, expensive car. Think of it like a fake version of a high-end car like a BMW or Mercedes. The real question is, how do they do it? They don't use quality parts to put it back together. Instead, they use cheap, low-quality parts to make the car look like the luxury version. They might even slap on fake badges, like the logo of a high-end brand, to make it look more official and convincing. Now, the goal is to trick buyers into thinking they're getting a luxury car. The thieves will then try to sell it, often at a much lower price than a real luxury car, making it seem like a great deal to the buyer, and this, my friend, is a red flag. Be smart while spending your money on your new car. The buyer doesn't know the car is fake at first. It might look perfect on the outside, but underneath it's a fake, poorly made version. Once the buyer realizes that the car isn't what it seems, it's usually too late. The car might break down soon after the sale, or have serious mechanical problems, leaving the buyer stuck with a nightmare car. That's not worth the money they paid for it. So, where do stolen cars go? The answer isn't as simple as you might think. You'd probably assume they just disappear into thin air, but in reality, stolen cars are part of a massive underground network. From hidden warehouses and chop shops to international borders, these cars are put through a complex system designed to turn them into cash fast. But the story doesn't end there. Oh, far from it. Some stolen cars don't just vanish down the street or get stripped for parts. They're exported overseas to places where people are willing to pay top dollar for them. But here's the twist. These cars are almost always repainted, rebranded, and re-registered to hide their real identities. United States alone, over 700,000 cars are stolen every year according to the FBI. That's over 1,800 cars every day. And what happens to them? Well, here's the kicker. Most of these cars end up in one of three places. They're either sold for parts, smuggled overseas, or sold as fake luxury cars. And let me tell you, those fake cars, they're a real game changer. Thieves take a stolen car, replace the important parts with substandard ones, slap on some fake badges, and sell it as a brand new luxury vehicle. You're driving around in a car that looks like a Porsche, but inside, it's a hodgepodge of mismatched parts that could break down at any moment. These aren't just used cars. They're ticking time bombs. Imagine walking into a luxury car dealership. You've saved up your hard-earned cash, you're ready to buy that dream car, the shiny BMW or sleek Porsche you've always wanted. You find the perfect one, maybe even at a great price. But here's the catch. What if that car was stolen? You don't even know it. Here's where it gets wild. Some stolen cars are stripped down and rebuilt with cheap parts, making them look like the luxury model they once were. But they aren't. They're counterfeit cars, an illusion of what you think you're buying. So the next time you're behind the wheel, remember, nothing in this world is ever as it seems. That shiny new car next to you? It could have a past you never imagined. In the world of stolen cars, nothing stays hidden forever, and for some, their journey is far from over.